Wow. Okay, that's great. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of, it is what it is. Yes. What's going on, Catherine? What's going on? Angry Photo Guy, hello. What's up? So, today, something different. Something a little bit different. I have a few new toys. Let's call them toys. And, yeah. We're going to play around with these in a second. So anyway, what's going on, everybody? What's up? Viral Beats. What's up, Nancy? Synth Addict. Oh yeah. Okay. We're gonna ask about the XFM in the future, Catherine. I know you got other things to do, but coming soon, we'll need the official review of it. Probably because you've really delved into it a lot. Not that I haven't. I mean, I have, but I'm just such an 8-bit Warps fanboy. I mean, I'll be honest. What's up, Analog Wings and Paul? Yeah, a lot of people in here have my gear at their houses now. Julian. Let's see. So, funny that in 2022, I spent close. I bought the most plugins I ever have purchased in 2020. So 2021 was like the hardware year. I purchased the SSL Fusion, my Manly Core, my SSL Ultraviolet, so much hardware. 2022 was the year of software. I bought so many SSL plugins and Softube plugins. When you start doing your taxes, you realize how much money you spent. So I spent so much money on Softube plugins. And then, everybody was like doing Softube stuff, like Alex Ball. Like I think Softube sponsored a video from Alex Ball, and they did a bunch of stuff. Well, instead of sponsoring a video or sponsoring anything, Softube just gave me what would account to trial licenses. I could have just got trials from them, but I talked to one of their awesome, people over at Softube, and they hooked me up with a bunch of extended trials, like a year of these, a year of the plugins. So, anyways, that's why we're going to mess with them, because one, I always wanted to know if they were good, and two, are they good enough to be like, oh, my staple Retrologue is actually kind of not good. I always thought Retrologue was a good plugin, but maybe not. I don't know. We're going to find out very soon, though, because I haven't listened to them. I just opened them and installed them. So there you go. Full disclosure, I'm still broke because Softube didn't give me any money or actual free plugins. They just gave me trials that are long. But, maybe one day I'll get some money out of them. There's no agenda. No agenda. Mainly because I didn't really plan on doing the stream with this. I planned on doing the stream with something else. But, yeah, so thank you, everybody who watched the Arturia video. I know, make a video every couple months. That's pretty good. But, yes, all of my precious, they're all under the desk, and all the Arturias are going back. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to borrow the Mini Freak from Arturia, but they didn't get it to me. I guess they forgot. But that's okay. I did get to play all of them at Perfect Circuit. So, that's the way I got a hold of everything. Was Zounds or Arturia, or I literally had to go into Perfect Circuit and play it, you know, for like an extended period of time, which is cool when you have like the store that close. But yeah, everything's going back. I did want to bring up one thing I kind of noticed while doing the video that I never had noticed before, because I hadn't recorded tons of stuff with the Polybrute. But does anyone in the chat right now own the Polybrute? I really want to know. I really would like to know. Oh, thank you, Julian, for enjoying the video. I don't know. Let me see if I can do the chat really quick. Give me a second to see if I let's see. Pop out chat. Give me a second. Let's see. Okay. So chat 2. All right. So, okay. Matsy used to own the Polybrute. I want to extend this, but I can't. But Polybrute for the win. Though worth discussing why one would invest in a $2,700 synth versus a $300 synth. As much as we discuss gear, it's worth mentioning. Yes. Don't own the Polybrute. Oh, Synthetic. I didn't know you owned a Matrix Brute. So to go to, I would like to know from Matt Z, since why is it a past tense of owning the Polybrute? I want to know. As I say the thing that I'm going to say, when you, and I feel like it's something you don't notice when you're just playing it offhand, but when playing the Polybrute, I noticed that when recording, there was a lot of what I've never noticed on another synthesizer that I've recorded. There was a lot of like, and it was sort of true on not just the Polybrute, but another Arturia one, but the low end, something about the low end was not as like clean as, say, my Prophet 6. The Polybrute always was like filling up like way more real estate than it felt like it needed to for the sound. Whereas with the Prophet 6 is like, it fits all the time. And it's something about the sonic signature of it. So just saying, that's how I felt. And I could see it because I would record, I'd be listening. I'd be like, why is there such like weird low end, like not rumble, but just like almost like low end, just like not, it's just like there was stuff in there that was not, that I wanted to have out. I couldn't just play it and say, oh, it's perfect. But I don't know. That's how I felt. But then also I kept feeling like, well, maybe the Prophet 6 is just that good, that it just never has that weird stuff. It felt mushier to me. That's something how I would kind of agree with, if that's like the word. It's like the Prophet 6 is like the white snow on top of like a beautiful snowy day, you know, with all white snow. And when you like scrape down even to the bottom of the sidewalk, it's all white snow, right? And the Polybrute is like white snow on top, but at the bottom, there's like slush at the bottom. And it was just something I noticed about the Polybrute that was very not apparent at first, but apparent when you're sort of sitting down recording a lot of tracks together, and you find that sound itself kind of extends through like, just, it's the sound that's like coming out. That's how I felt. Not a bad thing, just something that's very apparent when you record with it for quite a long period of time. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that as well. God, I need to extend this. Sorry. But I can't. I can't extend this. And yeah, this is a good point, Catherine. I do all my bass lines on the AS1 because Prophet bass is just easy mix. Yeah, it just always fits. I mean, that was one of my, let's see, when's the last time I saw Dave Smith? Was oh man, it was a while. But that was the one thing that we talked about, was just that the Prophet 6 just, it's not going to blow you away, but just every part of the tone it fits musically. I feel like I've almost never had to, like if I'm messing with a patch on the Prophet 6 and I'm going to use the high pass filter, I'm going to use the low pass filter, I'm going to do everything, it always comes out just right, you know, in the mix. And it was not exactly the same with the Polybrute. So, but the Polybrute has a billion things that the Prophet 6 does not. So much more expression. It's just so much more fun to play. The Morphe has so many like layers to it where it's like, you know, pressable and, you know, you get the pressure and the up and down. There's just so much there. Like, and like I said in the video, the thing that's missing is the audio input. I don't know what kind of how they overlooked putting an audio input on a $3,000 synthesizer. Now, I also know the Prophet 6 doesn't have audio input. I don't think. I'm pretty sure it does not. That said, I think the effects are much better on the Polybrute. So there's that, you know. It's super flexible, Julian. Super flexible, super fun. Julian, you should go with the Prophet 6. I would say you should not go with the Prophet 6. You should go with a Take 5. I don't know. Prophet 6 is super. Do I have an agenda in the I hope I don't. I don't think I have an agenda in the description box. Someone tell me if I have a description in the agenda box. I haven't looked. I don't think I do. But anyways, we'll get into the Softube versus Retrologue in like 5 minutes. Or not 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Really want to extend this really quick. Okay, how about that? Is that better? There we go. Trigun 6 would probably be what I buy if I just had $3,000 to spend. When I tried out the Trigun 6, it definitely sounded very different than the Prophet 6 and the OB6. That's the best part about Perfect Circuit, is that at this very moment they have literally like so it's like a Prophet 5 at the bottom. Then they have on top like I don't know. So there's a Prophet 5, and then above that is a Prophet 6. Then next to that is an OB6, and then next to that is a Trigon 6. Such a good way to really tell the difference between things. They actually asked me if I wanted to borrow a Trigon 6, and I just said, no, I have so many other things here, so I can't take more and more stuff. No agenda? Okay. Thank you, Jillian. Appreciate it. You know what's funny, Matt Z? Jeremy Blake, Red Means Recording, said the exact same thing. Loves the Prophet or loves the Polybrute, but recommends the Mini Freak. So, and I probably would too. I just think, $500 or $600. same voices, but technically you can get like 12 paraphonic or something. I mean, there's a lot there. Mini Freak is a pretty crazy, but I still would say, why not a Hydrasynth Explorer? Why not? Also, the goal this year is for me to not buy any more gear. I mean, it's 2023 now, so the goal for 2023 is to use all the gear that I have on the channel and not buy any more gear for the channel. Every year I buy so much stuff that ends up on the channel. This year, I would say I bought so much stuff last year that didn't show up on the channel that now it's time for it to show up on the channel, such as the Korg Sample 2, whatever the hell that is. I don't know. I don't really want to show off any Eurorack unless I'm doing the Waldorf thing, which may be the only video I do with that. I still have my large format modules. I don't have the modules. I have the case for that. I would love to build something out of that large format modular case because it's just sitting around. Yeah. No. No. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, I've never done videos on my Quantum. I never did videos on my Virus TI2. I've had those for 2 years now. I've never done a video on those. Yeah, it's just about making music, which is an easy thing to say and then a hard thing to do. But shout out to everybody who, which is weird. I get so many views on my topics channel, which I didn't make. It's just a bunch of my music on a channel. A lot of people subscribe to that channel, which is bizarre. But I guess people like listening to my music, and that's cool. Also, some of my music got used in a Calm ad. You know that Calm app? There's like an app for this thing called Calm. Oh, see, look at this is how to do it. You got to pull this longer. That's how to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's better. Yeah. Anyway, let's jump over here. What am I doing? We need to go to Cubase. So, let me know if this is like loud enough that you guys can hear it. I have my, let's just change these to always on top. Always on top, that's good. Oh, I can only have one thing always on top? Always on top. Retrologue, always on top. Always on top, always on top. Okay. So, let's get the Retrologue going here. Okay. So I got this Model 84, which is a Juno 106 thing. You know, it's a model of the Juno 106. Obviously, you know what this is. You know, Moog. Oh, it's got, wow, look at the keys. They're like yellow. Perfect. A Moog Model D. And a Retrologue, which is just, I don't know, everything. Wow, okay, that's very perfect. So what I want to do is make this very scientific. I'm just kidding. Just try to get like one oscillator going here. I just want to get one oscillator going. Hold on, let me move this over here real quick so I can read y'all's things at the same time. Let me try to do something real quick. Make sure I can do this at the same time. Okay, perfect. All right. So, I wish I could vow. I'm going to try to vow that. What's up, Overlander? So, Overlander asks, what controller are you using? My SV1. So, I think it would be easier to start with the Model D. So let's get the Model D here and try to, let's first make this larger. I think you make, let's see, I haven't, can I do this? Oh, it's resizable without. Okay. Boom. Big, big, big. I like big. Now, see, that's something that cannot happen with the Retrologue. I'll show you right now why that blows. But let's see. There's like a resizable window thing. Forgot how to do it. Apparently. This thing. No. Anyways, some way to do this that I have forgotten. But let's try to get just like one oscillator here. So let's turn off these two oscillators. And let's like try to get like a basic preset. So like I need like an initialize or something. That's what I really want. Like a init preset. Where's the initialize? All right. Maybe I'm passing by it, but I want everything to have like an initialize preset. It doesn't, I don't know if it has it. But okay, fine. Let's just let's put the cutoff open all the way. And I've never used like an original Model D. I've used like a Voyager, so this is kind of interesting to me. Okay, so we got, let's start Sawtooth. Let's turn the volume. Okay. Let's see. Decay, amp envelope, noise, filter modulation. Is it at the bottom? Of the Retrologue? I'm gonna have to look. All right, that sounds like a pretty. Let's get like the decay down, sustain up. All right, and now let's go with a Retrologue here. I don't know. I guess it's because I never make this any bigger, so I never think of anything like in terms of actually changing this. But I'm pretty sure high DPI mode. I don't know. All right. So let's get a single oscillator with a sawtooth. And let's see, a low pass 24. I mean, this should be basically the same thing. All right, it's got like glide, so we're going to turn glide down. I can hear that. Okay, so this is a little bit quieter. So we're going to turn this up. We're going to turn the channel up, not the synthesizer. So let me turn this up like, it looked like it was like maybe 3 dB lower. No, it's like 6 dB lower. Okay, there we go. I don't know why always on top is like not working with this. It's just kind of annoying to me right now. But let's try this now. There we go. Okay. So that's good. Sounds like the same. I can't go down an octave. Okay. So let's just try that. Ready? Here's low on this one. Definitely not as crisp. Where's the cutoff? The cutoffs are open on both of these. Let me turn the resonance all the way down on both of these. Resonance, there we go. Jesus. The resonance is like, I mean, that's how Moogs work. So that's actually pretty good. The resonance kills a lot of the, you know, hard for a stream, but you can always move the unscalable sense to a low res monitor. See, I could, but then, well, I couldn't do that. Take the range down a step. Oh, good idea. Wow, that's really loud now. Oh, God. So we're going to turn this up in volume over here. Let's see now. Okay, that's loud as hell. Okay. Oh, dang. Now it doesn't track the same. That's really loud on the Retrologue still. Okay, there's that. All right. So what I'm noticing is like the Retrologue is definitely crisper, slightly crisper. And the Model 72 is not as crisp. So I'm going to make like a little sequence real quick. And then it's going to like go between both of them. So, okay, perfect. Let's see about that. And we're just going to like loop that just so we can maybe see the differences in these two. Just oscillators. Let's try it again. So I feel like on the surface, it doesn't sound like anything really is different, but I think let's try the filter now. And I'm going to add a, let's add a value to these. Well, I guess I could automate it actually. Let's do that. So to add a lane for, let's see, input filter, bypass input filter, more. This is the Model 72. So I'm not sure exactly how the, let's hope that I can find the filter cutoff. So cutoff frequency, we're going to make that a thing. And we're going to try to sweep it the best we can. And same for the Retrologue. I'm going to add a filter cutoff for that one as well. And I'm just going to draw it here and hope that it tracks similar. Let's just see. So it's going to go from up to down, and then we're going to go back and do that again. So up to down, up to down. But I'm going to like copy this over here instead. Up to down, basically. Let's see. Okay, that track's entirely different. like, I don't have a MIDI controller. Let's see. Let's see if I can change. Let me see this real quick. I don't like how that is. I want to route it to something that I can hold on to. So let's see if it tracks the way that I would hope that it tracks. Let's see. Kind of doesn't. All right, too lazy. I don't use a lot of like MIDI controllers, so that's my problem. All right. So I'm just going to automate that part of it really quick. Okay. And then for this, this will make it sort of easier for me now. Right down. All right. So let's see. No, none of us need that Moog vocoder, that's for sure. All right. So let's try to listen to this now, how it sounds. First is the Model 72. So first is this one, and then it's this one. We'll like adjust the resonance as well while it's playing, and that will kind of give a good sound difference. Let me change what I just did. Change these to read. Change these to going away. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, so the bass is lessened. Okay, so I'm noticing a huge difference here. The Model 72 reacts. Now, these are different synthesizers, obviously, but the Model 72, the Moog over here, the Softube one, it 100% reacts the way I am used to a Moog filter reacting, where the low frequencies are very attenuated when the filter resonance is increased, whereas the Retrologues does not do that same thing. You can clearly hear that the low frequency is still there with resonance at around the same point. I mean, I'm just putting the same numbers in, right? This goes 1 to 10 on this resonance. This goes 1 to 10 on this filter's resonance. So I'm just putting them both at 6. So let's listen to that again. You can 100% hear that the volume, I mean, you could see it. See how much lower the volume is on the Model 72? So that's sort of, this is also super subjective because some people hate that the Moog's resonance affects the volume and lower frequencies so much. And I guess some people are super used to that. But this is supposed to be a clone of something that is hardware that does that. So clearly that is, you know, that totally makes 100% sense. I want to see if there is a way to do polyphony on the Model 72. I don't know if that's possible, but I want to see if it is. Let's see. So we've got nothing over here that says polyphony. Let's see if it's in the like some settings. Let's see. Let's see. Doubling on. This is like tuning, spread, sustain, overload. Maybe we could try this. I don't know, this overload thing. Oscillator 3. Well, I can't find it right now, but let's like add another oscillator in and see how the interplay between oscillators is, because it's just one oscillator, so that's not really a good. So now we have 2 oscillators, both sawtooth. I will add another oscillator here. Oscillator 2, same everything. So let's turn down the resonance really quick. This is so much louder with 2 oscillators. So clearly the Retrologue is like perfect. I'm going to turn it down even more because, you know, just whatever. You can hear a huge amount of interplay, which you could do by just changing like the fine to maybe like minus, let's just say -7 here. Whoops. It's just the difference between like perfection and imperfection. I think that's like really the big difference here is Retrologue is not trying to do something. It's just giving like exact values. Like that's how it feels, right? Like change this to maybe up 7 cents. You can see it's like super like perfect. Let's change the tuning to a, let's see, they have spread. I want to change this to like a 5th. Okay. Okay. And let's go with 7 here. That tuning is like way too much. It's like 1. One oscillator is. Turn this up a tiny bit. It also has a bit more grit on the Moog, the Model 72. It's just the difference between like perfect and not perfect. So like, let's see. All right, let's make another little sequence here. Okay, real quick. All right. Just so we can see about that. Okay. There's clearly a huge difference here. That's very interesting to me. That is interesting. So, going to turn this off really quick. Okay. Very, very interesting. I'm definitely, you can hear more of the differences. It's not like a better or worse, obviously. All right, let's get these cutoffs around both at like -1. And then the resonance at 6. Just going to turn these off, read. So let's go cut off at -1 and 6. So I don't know exactly what that is, but it's just matching sort of the GUIs of each of these. That's Retrologue. Right here, I can hear what I think I would expect to hear. If you can hear so many like harmonic overtones right here. Right there, you can hear it. It's not the same. I would say maybe even Retrologue has more harmonic overtones. Right here. You can hear a lot. I think the resonance might be a little off. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say Retrologue. Retrologue sounds to me. I'm just so used to Retrologue's precision. But if I was gonna say what sounds more organic, like you can hear it. It sounds the Softube. This one sounds like a. It's hard to say an instrument. It sounds real. I don't know what that means, but it may not have all the stuff. Let's try this spread thing. I don't know what this spread does. Maybe I have to put the doubling on. Okay, that's something. Oh wow, that's weird. Oh. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Okay, this is going to be like a very subjective thing to say, but the Softube sounds like an organ, an instrument. Whereas the Retrologue sounds like, obviously I can't emulate exactly what it's doing right now. They just sound different, but Retrologue really does not sound like it sounds pretty good. Like, and also, you know, Retrologue is everything. It could be anything you want it to be. But I just want to see about. I don't really ever use resonance that high because that's not practical. But like for basses and stuff, like let's see, let's change the range. Let's do that and then cut off. It's got something growling under there. Let's add a third oscillator. Another sawtooth. And let's add a third oscillator to Retrologue. Sawtooth, 1 octave down. Same everything. Let's see about that. Pull the resonance down a little bit. That, like, this is so... that is so interesting. I'm like... Is that really just from the... I gotta turn these, like, synths off. Okay, 1 octave, sorry, this is an octave down, an octave down. Okay, 1 octave down, 1 octave down. I'm going to just play this twice. And I'm just going to copy it actually. Yeah, I think that's really the difference is Retrologue is perfect. The Softube is imperfect. It just depends what you're looking for. I mean, but Retrologue has everything, but everything is perfect. And I do want to try out the Juno 106 because the Juno 106 is like my favorite synthesizer. And so we got the 84 here, which is also scalable, sizable. See, that sounds great. Everyone likes polys anyway. Volume is up. And we got the chorus on. So let's turn this up a little bit. Let's put the chorus on. Okay, so let's try to attempt that with Retrologue. I want to kind of go through a preset here. Let's see. Calm chord. Got a really good low end here. The low end is very good. I'm going to turn off the chorus because, you know, the Juno 106 chorus is always lies to you. But let me make this a little smaller. Let's start again here. You know, which is good because it's nice to have an initialize patch. Always have initialize patches, everything. I'm sure this has an initialize patch somewhere. Ooh, Matt Johnson made some presets for this. Nice. Sure there's an initialize on everything, but I'd like an initialize patch. Ooh, J3PO did. I should be making some presets for this if I... Well, I don't know. Companies ask me all the time to make presets, and I don't really find that to be something that's fun for me. So, but I would like to initialize this, but you can't. So, maybe it's possible to initialize things, but I don't know how. So let's just go back to fully open filter, no resonance. I'm not actually sure what. Does anyone know? Someone in the chat's going to have to tell me because I'm not huge on understanding what is the filter on the Juno 106. Is it like a 24 dB low pass filter? Because, you know, whatever that is, we can make some. So somebody tell me what filter is in the Juno 106 and I will make that the filter on the Retrologue here, so we can match it up. But while doing that, let's turn down the LFO. We've got one DCO on Sawtooth, not pitch, no. Got a sub oscillator. I'm going to turn down the noise. We'll add another oscillator, or that's a sub down here. So it's a 24 dB low pass. Okay. We're going to add a 24 dB low pass, which is there already. Resonance down, filter cutoff all the way up. Let's see, no chorus. Envelope is like, we're just going to go super basic. So a lot of sustain, no release, and poly, yes, pitch. Okay, it doesn't matter. These are all other things. Okay, let's see. Now, it does sound different to me than the Model 72, which is good just off the bat. I can hear the sound. I can hear the character of a Juno. I'm very good at hearing the characters of Junos. Retrologue just, okay, so the sub is pretty loud already. Turn this up more. The sub, I believe, on the Juno 106 is a square. Somebody confirm that. Is the sub oscillator on the Juno 106 a square? I think it is. That's why I changed this to a square. I could probably just hear that, but... Turn that sub down more. Need this to be one up. Oh, wait, wrong one. This one. That's interesting. Five. I mean, this has to go up in volume, but... Interesting. Sawtooth 8. There's something that you can't, that it just seems like you can't do. The sub oscillator. So if I take the sub away, it's also slightly out of tune. You guys hear that? I slightly out of tune. So let me turn, let's see, we got the polyphony is at 16. Okay. So let's just play this real quick. Let me just play something because it's way worse to not play it. It's just way harder. Okay. Okay. It just doesn't sound the same. The Retrologue is not as clean. It does not feel as clean in the sub. It does not feel as clean in the sub. It sounds fine on its own. It's not the way that it plays, the way that they all sound together on the low end of the Retrologue with just this combination. It's not as clean, that's for sure. I mean, I probably should have, not that I have any Junos, I could have put my Prophet 6 in the mix here, but I can't now. But, I mean, let me, how about, I mean, let's just see if we can do it. So I'm going to take this sub away from these because I think that doesn't sound good. You kind of can't really emulate that top end sort of. It sort of just has a bit of a, like, let's like look at this on a scope. That might be helpful. Let me just open up a instance of let's open up supervision and look at supervision while we are playing this. So let us look at no. Let's look at what would be the most useful for everyone? Maybe, I don't know, maybe just frequency will be good for everybody. Yeah, we can also yeah, okay. Okay, now I'm noticing what that thing is. On Retrologue, there's literally a there's like a I don't even know what it is. Like it might be like an oversample, like it can't sample that high or something, but if you can look here, you can see that there's a huge drop in like it just like it falls off a cliff close to 20 on the Retrologue. More low end on the let's just call it the Juno 86, the Model 84. Yeah, I was gonna say something like that. Julian, something on the Model 84 is either like saturating or something is happening that is not, you can't do it the same way it's being done on the Model 84 on Retrologue. Retrologue doesn't do that, and there is just this huge. I'm hearing two different things. I'm hearing less high end on the Model 84, but I think that's because it has more low end. You can see that it's almost plus 12 on the Model 84 on the low end. But the Model 84 also extends all the way to 20, past 20, so it might be oversampling in some way. And then on the Retrologue, you could see less low end, but a huge drop off at like, this is probably like 18 or 19. Look at this drop off. There's more up there in terms of like crispness at this frequency, but it's you're not getting anything. So it's like I don't think that it actually oversamples. I think it literally has like a hard cutoff at 20, and so it's trying to, whatever that thing is, the Nyquist, right? Something there. Like it just cannot go over 20. Like it's not possible. Like I'll change the filter. Let me change the filter to like a high pass 24 and see what happens. So there's something that to notice about the Retrologue. There's something. It's not a new plugin, so most likely it doesn't have some sort of an oversampling so that it can go above 20. Because if it can't even show above 20, I'm assuming this is like a hard 20, but it's like nothing should be over 20, which is why it's looking the way it does. Like this is still going, so maybe this goes a little higher. Oh, it's Juno 106 has based boost circuit, huh? Interesting. What's up, Sam? Yeah, it could be that as well. Does Retrologue have some kind of slop? Let's see. Slop is like my favorite, like Dave Smith Instruments thingy that they have on there. Just love the slop. Doesn't necessarily. I mean, I'm a preset guy, so I find the preset and then I adjust it. I wonder if Retrologue like oversamples. I wonder if that's like a thing. Maybe somebody can look that up really quick. Does Retrologue oversample? Because I have never really looked at it like that on a graph, and looking at it on a graph makes me think it literally has to cut off at like whatever that Nyquist thing is, and it can't do it. Whereas obviously Softubes are constantly like new and updated. These are super new. Is this like fingerprints on my monitor, or is it on the synth? Is this like fingerprints? Y'all see this? I think it's like fingerprints or something. That's funny. I think it's like fingerprints over here. Yeah, I mean, I would say that everything's subjective. There's a place for both. I don't think every time you want to go with a emulation of a specific synthesizer because you're now locked into the emulation of that synthesizer. But if it's a good one, especially for someone like me, I love vintage synthesizers, but I will never own a vintage synthesizer in the hardware form. Juno 106 maybe would be the only one ever because it's not that old and I owned it before and it's just got something. I'm not going to own a Model D. First off, they just keep getting more expensive every freaking time Moog re-releases one. Last time it was $2,500, now it's $5,000, 10 years later. So, but that's a conversation for another day. I'm pretty satisfied, I think, with that. I have never really done a comparison of like plugins before. I don't think I'm very good at it. I think I will stick to hardware. Also, I think there's more than enough. What are those free plugin? 15 free plugin videos. I mean, every day there's a free plugin videos. I don't know how there's so many free plugins. That goes to show you how many damn free plugins there are. They just cycle around. There's like a new free plugin video every day. So yeah. Nord Wave 1 seems like a special item. I really like the Nords in general. I wish I could really have a Nord. Nord was like one of the Nord. Literally, this is like history of my channel. Nord was the first company that ever reached out to work with me, And ever since then, I've never worked with Nord ever again. Which is kind of interesting. That's such a different time. You know, that was like 2017 or something. But I think Nord prefers, you know, I'm like a, you know, gigging normal, can play at a church keyboardist, like good to most people, but you know, I think Nord likes more like virtuoso people to touch their stuff. So I'm not a virtuoso or anything, so I shouldn't. Yeah. Well, anyways, those are that's my thought, my thoughts on, you know, something very, very basic that I use every day, which is Retrologue. I I guess I could try. I can't really. So here's my thing. Ready? I can't really use trial license plugins on any real project or music because, like, you know, it doesn't work out that way. But maybe I'll buy. I like both of those, so you know, maybe I'll buy the 84 and the Model D, whatever that is, the 72 or something. You know, but also, I mean, y'all know how I make music. You've seen me make music so many times. I kind of am just so used to. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that's all. That's the whole stream tonight. This was useful to me. Hopefully it was useful to you because I hadn't used those before. And it really was do I want to maybe invest in these in the future? And I think they sound really good. Like when I think about just like an emulation of something, like it sounds really good. So maybe I'll give emulations of like hardware a little bit more of a look because I really haven't before. So yeah. I mean, I'll keep buying Softube plugins that do you know, compressors and EQs. I think those are amazing. But yeah, I'm also going to look into the Retrologue and see if like it oversamples. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to like ask Cubase to like, I'll like send a email to like the guy at Steinberg and be like, hey, you know, if there's like a Retrologue like update coming, because I've noticed that it doesn't oversample and it probably should. So anyways, I'll see everybody next week when we'll get back to hardware, and we will do on our hardware next week because we finally I've had it for quite a while, but I haven't really shown it off because why not? We will go and get into the Analog Solutions Impulse Command. I've had this and I've been messing around with it for a while. Sort of like a sleeper in a way. And I don't know. We've done like 2 weeks of like software back to back, so it's time to jump back into some hardware, I guess. So that'll be the thing. And I'm sitting back. I have an Erebus here. I don't think I even opened it. But I also have a Dreadbox Erebus that I borrowed, but I saw Ben did a video on the freaking Erebus, so now I'm just going to send the Erebus back because I don't want to do a video that somebody else just did. So yeah. What's up, Destructo? Anyway, I'll see everybody next week. Have a good weekend, and yeah, peace out.